This program brought to you by Inglis, with more Group 1 winners, more Group 1 winning 2-year-olds, and more Australian Group winners since 2018 than any other Australian auction house.
Vecchio charges to the lead.
Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy. Welcome to the final edition of Bred to Win for 2020. Coming up on this week's show, we review the Hunter meeting in New South Wales and the Sandown Cup meeting and look at who's leading the way in the sires lists as the Spring Carnival wraps up. A great story for anyone you know who might want to get some excellent training to work in the Australian breeding industry. Lindy Morris on how thoroughbred industry careers helps both staff and studs around Australia. Continuing our look at some behind-the-scenes Inglis stuff, Victoria's Will Stott has his favourite Inglis sales story, and the man behind the voice at the start and finish of Bred to Win, the one and only Sean Cosgrove in Arrowfield Studs, the horse who made you love racing. First though, let's review the final week of the Melbourne Spring Carnival and the $1 Million Hunter in Newcastle in the Cambridge Stud Bred to Win wrap. Hunter Valley breeders are in another fight against a proposed mine bordering Coolmore Stud and Godolphin Stud near Jerry's Plains. Hearings were held last week by the Independent Planning Commission into the Maxwell Underground Coal Mine project. It's the third proposal for the site and the fifth hearing after the Planning and Assessment Commission originally rejected Anglo-American plans for a new open cut mine. This mine claims to be able to deliver over $1 billion to the state government and employ 350 staff. However, as Coolmore's Tom Magnier told last week's hearing, after 3 years of drought, Australia's prime thoroughbred breeding land has shown how vital water is for both thoroughbred breeders and the entire region, and water quality simply can't be put at risk by the new proposal.
Commissioners, I ask you, why take the chance? Why take the chance on a mine proposal with a limited life? A mine which may or may not be developed, and a mine that endangers our business and the livelihoods of those who depend on our business. I respectfully ask you to reject the proposal.
Hunter Thoroughbred Breeders President Cameron Collins told the hearing the breeding industry contributes $565 million to the Hunter region a year, $2.6 billion to the state and $5 billion to the national economy, and is the largest agricultural employer in the Hunter region, creating around 5,000 direct jobs. Submissions to the IPC are open only until this Friday, so have a look at the Commission's website or contact HTBA if you'd like to contribute to assist Australia's largest thoroughbred breeding region protect its natural environment from the possible impact of a new mine adjoining two of the largest thoroughbred studs in the world.
Still Cariff near the line.
Sandown Cup win by Cariff, the glamorous son of between them 12-time Group 1 winners So You Think and Norzita, was tinged with sadness after the death of his mother on the morning of the race in a panic accident. Raced by the two owners of both sire and dam, the late Dato Tan Chinam's Think Big Stud and Dato's great friend Tunku Ahmed Yahya, Cariff missed out on a Melbourne Cup start but has proven he can run 2 miles, and the Snowden team will now aim him at the 2021 Melbourne Cup. Norzita was bred by Mark and Sarah Devich and bought by Duncan Ramage from the NZB yearling sale, and was named champion filly for her wins in the Flight Stakes and the Vinery Stud Stakes at 3 before a narrow Doncaster mile defeat. Norzita foaled Cariff, his winning Fastnet Rock half-brother Confidant, who will race next week for Lindsay Park, and a full sister to Cariff who's been retained to race by Think Big Stud. The daughter of Thorne Park was sold at last year's English Chairman's sale to Arrowfield Stud for $1.7 million. Norzita has since foaled a Snitzel filly and this season a filly by the Autumn Sun, who'll both continue her Blue Hen bloodline that stretches back to breed shaper Summoned. Cariff's win was a Quinella for Coolmore Stud's dual Cox Plate winner So You Think, with Realm of Flowers, his SA Oaks winner, the runner-up. There was also sad news from Sedgenho Stud with the loss of remarkable race filly and broodmare Arborea at the age of 30. Seen here at the start of spring, filmed for a Thoroughbreds Argo story on caring for retired broodmares, the daughter of Imperial Prince won the 1993 1,000 Guineas, Wakeful Stakes and VRC Oaks and 3 other stakes races. Her stakes-winning descendants include Drumbeats, himself a sire of stakes winners, Delta Form in the US and her granddaughter Tai Tai Tess, High Seas Beauty in South Africa and Zoomal in South America, as well as many other winners and stakes performers. Bred by Newhaven Park, Arborea lived out her final years at Sedgenhoe Stud, where she was beautifully cared for and in great health until her heart gave out last week. In more news on some of our star mares, after being passed in for $1.9 million US at the Keeneland November sale, dual Australian Group 1 winner Conte Partiro was sold privately to David Redvers for $1.6 million. The early November English digital sale saw Sedgenhoe Valley Dam of Flemington Stakes winner Shelby Cobra break the English digital record for a broodmare. The mare by Dane Shadow, with a Toronado full sister to Shelby Cobra at foot, was bought by Seamus Mills Bloodstock for $325,000, also becoming the second highest priced lot on the platform. The early November sale had an exceptional 84% clearance rate and grossed $1.57 million.
I'm at 475,000, be quick.
Respected horsewoman Melanie O'Gorman produced the top seller at last week's Magic Millions 2-year-old in training sale, selling a colt by Arrowfield Studs Japanese sire Mickey Isle for $500,000. The colt was bought by trainer Gary Moore, having been sold by Arrowfield to Mel for $82,500 as a yearling. And the NZB Ready to Run sale will be held this Wednesday 18th and Thursday the 19th of November, with the son of Charm Spirit recording the fastest breeze-up gallop. The gelding from Amore Cachet recorded a time of 10.16 seconds for Vendor Woburn Farm.
But Sound darts away.
Wrapping up a big weekend of stakes racing, some of the highlights included the win by the Maronis German import by Lando, Sound, in the Group 2 Zipping Classic. All Too Hard's Alibor won the Group 2 Sandown Guineas, yet another stakes winner sold through the English Premier sale by Blue Gum Farm, bought for $60,000 by Wild Racing and Cameron Cook Bloodstock.
Kemmel Passer at the 150.
It was a dual group winning result for Tasmanian breeder and former Thoroughbred Excellence winner at the Australian Stud and Stable Staff Awards, Jenny Watson. She bred both the South Australian trained Kemmel Passer, who won the Group 3 Kevin Heffernan, and also Palantino's half-brother Junipal, who was successful in the Group 3 Sandown Stakes, with both bought by renowned pinhookers Kalani Parks, Chloe and Reese Smith.
Homesman and Sosibon.
Sosibon added to So You Think Sandown Cup Quinella with victory in the Eclipse Stakes. He's from the good Lonhro mare Black Minx and was a $250,000 English Easter buy, sold by Newgate Farm to his former trainer Robbie Lang. Twin Hill Stud's Smart Missile side Missile Mantra to win the Summon Stakes from Starcraft mare We Can Say Mac, a full sister to dual NZ Group 1 winner We Can Say It Now. And Darley's Victorian-based son of Street Cry Street Boss sired the opening 2-year-old races at the Premier Meets in Victoria and New South Wales, fittingly trained by James Cummings for Godolphin on the day his legendary grandfather Bart would have turned 93. Animo from Group 1 winning mare Animato won the Merson Cooper Stakes at Sandown, while at Newcastle the Max Lees Classic was won by Sliders from the Redute's Choice mare Glissade, half-sister to 1,000 Guineas winner Flit.
Sweet Deal lays it down to special award.
The $1 Million Hunter was won by John Thompson's Casino Prince mare Sweet Deal. She was an English Classic graduate, sold for $67,500 by Lincoln Farm to Boomer Bloodstock. John Singleton bred the Eleonora by Redute's Choice from a 3/4 sister to More Joyous and a grandson of Tuesday Joy, who was successful in the Newcastle Spring Stakes. While at Doomben, Spirit of Boom's Jonker broke Takeover Target's 1,200 metre Doomben track record in winning the Keith Nowd Stakes.
Watch Me Dance, Indigo Blue from Salaya.
In Western Australia, I'm All the Talks, Watch Me Dance won the Group 3 WA Champion Filly Stakes. Dundeel sired his third stakes winner in 15 days when Truly Great won the RJ Peters Stakes for Bob Peters, being a half-brother to WA Oaks winner Special Alert, and Redute's Choice side Celebrity Queen was winner of the Group 3 Colonel Reeves.
Carmelas went to the lead in the Guineas.
The influential New Zealand 1,000 Guineas was a great result for Cambridge stud Coolmore and Godolphin, as Darcy Brahma's Carmelas registered victory in the prestigious Group 1 Classic. Half-sister to multiple stakes winner Curo, her third dam is champion Australian Sprinter Special. The filly was sold by Coolmore to Godolphin's David Ellis at last year's NZB yearling sale for $290,000, seen here in our sale preview on farm. And in the mould of Kiwi star, Probabile was on-sold to Brendan and Joe Lindsay of Cambridge Stud. And how Nui Farm was celebrating the 2-year-old stakes win of first-season sire Bellado, with the Dewhurst and Lockinge winning son of Lope de Vega siring Avanello to win the Welcome Stakes. So at the end of the Spring Carnival in Sydney and Melbourne in particular, here are the current Australian sires lists. Arrowfield Studs, not a single doubt, leads the way on the general list with over $10 million in progeny earnings. His now Arrowfield domiciled barnmate Written Tycoon has earnings of just over $7 million. Exceed and Excel lies third with $6.2 million, and not much between I Am Invincible and Melbourne Cup sire Teofilo rounding out the top 5. Leader, not a single doubt, another star sire son of Redout's Choice, was assisted by the win of his star sprinting son Classic Legend in the Everest, but also by Group 1 Empire Rose winner Shout the Bar and many individual group winners. And while there may not be many representatives of the new crop of first-season sires, Newgate Farm has Golden Slipper winner Capitalist leading the way on the first-season list from Victoria's Darley sire Frosted. Newgate's Flying Artie is next from Arrowfield's Shalar and another Newgate sire, Extreme Choice. Capitalist had Captivant, an impressive winner of the Victory Vane for 2-year-olds, while he also had promising stakes place getters Forbes and Snowdrop on Saturday. Thanks to our great friends Brendan and Joe Lindsay, Henry Plumtree and the Cambridge Stud team for their great support of Bred to Win in 2020. Coming up after the break, a great new program for people wanting to get into the breeding industry in Australia, Thoroughbred Industry Careers, and Victoria's English bloodstock consultant Will Stott with his favourite English sales story.